time to press buttons and ask questions, although I guess we're not really doing either of those things.
Hey guys, welcome to the very first press buttons and ask questions.
Yeah.
Even though, I guess we're answering questions, but I already made the fucking logo, so whatever.
Wait, does it say press buttons and ask questions?
It's called press buttons and ask questions.
Good.
Which,
Something we're not doing.
Yes, so it doesn't make sense. I don't even know what kind of video I'm gonna, I guess I'll just put the questions or...
You could do that, or you could maybe, you know, like Critical does, like, he puts random footage.
Just footage. I've been playing tons of Overwatch, so maybe I'll just like...
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe the questions might be good, just like a little image of what, I don't know.
I don't know. Vote in the comments what I should have done.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, so that way we'll know. Anyway, I guess we'll just break into it. If you weren't present during this, or I guess if you're watching this after the fact, essentially what's going on is that my laptop that we used to record broke. There is footage that we don't know if we've lost yet or not.
Right.
But the channel's been on hold for a little bit. Plus, he's getting married, and that's all happening at the same time.
So kind of a clusterfuck. So we're just, we're hoping we'll get the data, and then if we get the data back, we'll just be back on schedule pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm getting married. Today is Wednesday. I'm getting married Saturday. And so after that, if we get our data back, we'll be right back in. If not, maybe we've talked about maybe doing like a speed run of Paper Mario to get to that stupid Huff and Puff fight. Just do that.
The thing is, our save data is now out of sync with our recording if we did in fact lose the data. So we'll find an interesting way to get back there.
Yeah.
But that's something that we'll have to deal with, and you'll probably have to wait a little longer, so... But
no matter what you'll see us beat Huff and Puff.
We're gonna... It wasn't just like, it was such an embarrassing fight that I just like...
I'm a little suspicious, because you were kind of embarrassed about... I shouldn't spoil what happens in case they recover the data, but you were like, oh gosh, it's really embarrassing, but, we'll see.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I want them to see. I want to expose myself to
witness
the world.
your failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what we did is we put up the first PB in AQ, and we asked you guys to ask us a bunch of questions, and they're all over my Tumblr inbox, and I'm just gonna pick out the interesting ones and try to answer. Probably like 30 or 40.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty solid questions.
Amount.
You guys are some curious fuckers, so so this is encompassing, a lot of people ask this in different variants. What is the next game?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's not Paper Mario 2. We are gonna do that at some point.
Yeah, a lot of people are throwing that one in.
Yeah. We can't just do Paper Mario games. We're probably gonna do some shorter games.
That's more or less like the current plan is just like, because Paper Mario is a long series. It's with a long series, like that's all we're gonna be posting pretty much. So in order to get more of a variety and just to mix it up for us too,
maybe some like multiplayer games, maybe some just like play like a game for like one or like a couple episodes. We'll figure something out. But
different types of things.
We don't have anything. What are the consoles you have? You have a Wii U, and that includes anything on Virtual Console.
Yeah, I just brought a bunch from home, so I have like a PlayStation, a PlayStation 2.
Okay, 360. What else do you have? A Wii, right?
Yeah, and we got like Nintendo 64.
Yeah. So if you have suggestions from those consoles, are those the only consoles you have? Anything you're missing?
I have a Dreamcast too, actually.
Okay, yeah. So anything from those consoles, if you have any suggestions, maybe we'll do it. Just put them in the comments.
Yeah, dude. Fill up my inbox or the YouTube comments or whatever you want. We do get those, and we'll take them into account.
Yeah.
But yeah, and eventually we'll probably get into another like big long game. Whenever we feel like it. So.
Because once we get into a big long game, that's basically what we're gonna be focusing on.
Yeah.
So until then, we're gonna probably do some short games.
I'd like more variety in what we play and what's on the channel, so everybody will win.
And Paper Mario 2 will definitely be played, just not next.
Eventually. We will characterize all those other characters and give them
we're gonna
crazy
characterize
voices.
the fuck out of them.
Nerdy Talk from Tumblr. These are all going to be from Tumblr. Actually, there's a couple that commented on YouTube, so maybe I'll glance at those as well.
Okay.
But Nerdy Talk from Tumblr asked, what's the first video game that made you guys realize how magical video games could be?
That's a good question. For me,
getting into...
For me, maybe Super Mario Bros. On NES.
Yeah.
I loved that. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think that was like the first video game, maybe one of the first games I ever played. I had like Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt and Track and Field.
Oh yeah, the pad game.
That combo.
Stomp around on.
Yeah. So probably Super Mario Bros. I mean, I have loved Mario games forever, so they have been a big influence on my life, and I don't know, something about, and Mario 2 and Mario 3 were also really great. So I think just those three probably would like made me go shit. Like, video games are dope.
Yeah. For me, I think, yeah, same thing, like Super Mario Brothers and Castlevania were the two games that I had as a
on
kid.
NES?
Yeah, I had those, actually, I guess my grandma owned the console or whatever, but we had those at an age where I was, like, just developing a brain,
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3 years old. And I didn't really comprehend what was going on when I played those games, but I was, like, utterly fascinated by the spectacle of, like, pressing buttons and having
You were playing
characters.
video games at like 3?
Oh, yeah.
I was playing maybe like 5, but 3, that seems very early.
I was,
I don't think we didn't own an NES until maybe I was like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, we just, I don't know, it was weird because, like, my grandma wouldn't own one, but we kept it at her house, I guess. Well, I guess because, like, between us and our cousins, like, then we could both play it in equal measure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, I can't say I was very good at them, but I remember, like, as young as that, I was, like, holding the controller and just fascinated by the images and the things that were happening.
Right.
And, like, it just kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah.
So video games are great. Anonymous asked how I got so handsome. That's very nice.
Oh, you specifically got so handsome?
Yeah, somebody
Ooh.
asked that. Or they said you, so it could refer to both of us, but...
Well, we are both very handsome.
Aperture City asked, so who does the thumbnails for the videos? They're pretty funny too. That's all me.
Yeah, he does all the editing and thumbnails. And thumbnails they're a trip. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do. So, like,
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
There was the
Basically,
one where it was like they formed into a white being, and then it was a toad, but then it became lackluster.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
yeah.
I mean, what I do for the thumbnails is I have images of all the party members and, like, our base image of us holding the controller or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've just gotten to a point where it's like, I need to have something interesting to change in this thumbnail.
Right.
So I'll just, like, adjust it slightly, like, okay, Cooper walked over here, and now Bombette stood up, and then I tag the next episode number. And eventually, like, it just kind of starts, like, something kind of starts happening, so I just, like, grow on that, and I don't know. It's just, and then, like, I realize, oh, look, we met Lackluster, so he's got to show up. Okay,
Right.
there he is.
I think actually having the characters when they show up is very useful, though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
well,
if
that's
they
what I
want-
realized early on when I did it with Goombario and Cooper. I was like, you know, this kind of tags moments in the series where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is where Bo was, roughly.
Right.
So it kind of serves a function, but it's kind of just whatever I'm feeling, like whatever kind of mood I'm in is what progression the thumbnails are going to go in.
So is that a thing you're going to continue with future games, do you think?
We'll see.
Yeah. I think it depends on what
It depends on, like,
the
how
characters
busy
are.
I am and if I feel like doing it, or if I'm lazy and I just want to drop the number and send
Right.
it out.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I just have fun in Photoshop, basically.
Right.